Whoa, I put my phone camera down. Okay, I guess that's fine. I usually try to put it upright. I was wondering why I was able to see, like, more of the table. Anyway, welcome to another Demarcation Media live stream. Today, we are going to build the Sheik Mainland FRANZ, or would you say Franz? FRANZ-ALPHA. Unfortunately, the seller did not give me the box, so I have no box for you. But this fellow right here is what we're going to be building. I had plenty of requests from you all. One fella in particular who I cannot remember the username of. I apologize. But there's been many requests for more Sheik Mainland, and I listened. We're going to have plenty of Sheik Mainland content coming. Possibly a few more live builds, plenty of reviews. Yeah, I like this brand. I like it quite a bit. Pedenson and Prime B127 Smokescreen. Welcome, welcome. I know it's a little bit of an odd time for a stream, but I will not be around at all tomorrow, and I wanted to get in some stream this weekend, so that is why we are doing it today. King Phantasm, welcome. Oh wait, you're the one that asked about the doing more kits, yes? I don't know how long this will take to build. We'll find out. Hopefully not too long, because I also have... Let me tell you guys, it's going to be a busy week. There will be plenty of streams this next week, and I'm looking forward to it, but there's a lot to get done. That being said, I am going to go ahead, pray us in, so we can get started. Well, Lord, thank you for just giving us this opportunity again. I just ask that this would be a uplifting and enjoyable stream for everyone who joins. In Jesus' name, amen. So in case you guys are not familiar with Sheik Mainland, this is not like Blockies. I do have to use all of the proper tools. What is this? Runner C. This one's also C. Oh, I will need that in a moment. I don't know why I'm putting them over here now. What's E? Which one is E? This one's E. Okay. Hopefully my camera isn't too close here. So I need E12. Where is 12? Every time I build a new kit, I kind of have to reorient myself to how the runners are set up. And then D is one of these black ones. Yes. D3. Oh, okay. Interesting. That is D3. Am I in focus enough? Here we go. All right. The best way to do it is to leave some of the excess nub, and then trim it with the knife. Mosho, Takeda Shingen. Which one? I have the 1/100th scale. There is also the 72nd, however you say that, scale one, which is more expensive. But also it depends on the price, because the price is, if you get them when they first come out, it's one thing. If you wait until later, it's another thing. That being said, absolutely fantastic figure. I love it. Abner's Playtime, welcome. Ooh, we get to use a clear part already. I'm also hoping that maybe I won't cover my studio in little nub bits this time, because I have the cutting mat. Hopefully I can avoid that. Okay, another D. D2. Oh, I was able to get Titanfall 2 today, so I'll probably be doing some Titanfall streams eventually. I know Flames was talking about that. I don't think he's here, but Flames was talking about that last stream. So that will hopefully be something I can fit in. It's sometimes hard to fit in all of the streams that I have ideas for, because I gotta finish playing Halo. You know, it's better to have too many ideas than too few. Have I seen the Blocky Spider-Man Brand New Day? I actually have one coming. It's just taking a second to get here. what? How does this stick on? What the? That's what it does? Does that just fall out again? Okay, so this needs to go up into here. 1/100th. The 1/100th, I love it. It's actually right on the shelf behind me. One of the coolest figures that I've gotten. I would recommend it. Honestly, for as much as like 180, I think it would be worth it. E9 Industries, welcome! So sorry you haven't been able to join any other streams. Hey, it is all good. Life comes first, you know? Also, apparently I didn't get that stuck into place. Probably because I had the part upside down. That would, explain things, I think. It's a little confusing. Oh, I see. It had to be angled. But yeah, I'm interested to try it. I am gonna save it for a live stream so that everyone can see my first reaction to it. I've seen the story, so I know the story. I know that BT is the best that there ever was, but I don't know how the game actually plays. I mean, I've seen gameplay, but I've never personally experienced it. Also, I know how much of a crime it is that they never made Titanfall 3. We know BT's alive. Sorry, spoilers. But we know BT's alive, and yet, we never get to see him again. That sucks. Also, what a head this is. This kit reminds me very much of something from Gundam 00. Also, look at this. So when you move the neck joint, this whole back plate shifts. So you can get a big range of motion. And it shouldn't mess up, you know, once we put it on. Alright. F is the POK runner. I should probably put this off to the side so I don't hit it. And then E. 10. Let's see the neck. Did I cut it all the way? There we go. Oh yeah, I should have, hopefully soon, I should have the Blockies Common Rider S-Wave arriving, and then also the Ultraman, the manga edition. Hopefully that'll be arriving soon. It's been in transit from New York for like 4 days now, so they're taking their sweet old time getting it to me. And then Brand New Day Spider-Man, he's en route. I don't exactly know where he is. I didn't check. But oh, there we go. Head. We have completed a head. But yeah, that'll be another stream as soon as he arrives. You guys are gonna be eating good when it comes to Blockies content, though. There's going to be a lot of Blockies content coming. Like the t-shirt. Oh, thanks. I honestly have no idea the concept of it. Like, somebody just sat down one day and was like, hey, this would be funny. And somebody else said, sure, and then they made it. It's, actually, I don't know if he's visible. Toon Link is on there being confused. Oh, a cool thing about the Sheik Mainland kits is you tend to get doubles of stuff. So I think technically I could build almost 2 heads. There's just not 2 of the clear parts because of the way that the runners are set up. So you get extra stuff. You know, in case you wanted to customize or something. I mean, I keep most of my excess Gundam parts. I don't think I've thrown any away ever. Because why would you do that? Why would you want to do that? So let me see. Where's my focus? It's also, well, it's a little bright on my hands, but seeing the parts is kind of the important thing. So shave that. It's such a different process. Like, it's very similar to a high-grade Gundam in some ways, but in other ways, very much not. Oh, yeah. And what they do is they actually include a curved beam saber blade along with the 2 normal ones, which is awesome. You don't have to do that yourself. Big fan of that. I think that's a very nice and thoughtful inclusion. Where's 19? Some of these parts are smaller than I was expecting. What am I building today? Today we are building the Sheik Mainland FRANZ-ALPHA. I don't have a box to show you a picture of it. I only have a little, like, blueprint thing and the thumbnail. Although the thumbnail kind of went away. Where is it? There we go. That's what we're building. The black and blue variant. There are multiple colorways because Sheik Mainland loves releasing kits with multiple colorways right away. Which is part of why I really like what they're doing. Bandai takes ages to release colorways of things. Whereas Sheik Mainland, it's like, oh, what? You wanted red, blue, green, pink, and purple all at once? Okay, cool. We're releasing all of them at the same time. I much appreciate that. All right. How does this go on here? All right. Stiff fit, but that's good. And then A. Wait, is this a runner A? No, that's a runner C. This is an A. The orange is an A. Minecraft. Yes, Minecraft music. I decided it's been a bit since I used Minecraft music, so we're gonna listen to some Minecraft today. Because I wish that I had more time to play Minecraft. I haven't been able to hop onto the server in, I think, over a month now, which is kind of sad. I haven't even been able to play Hytale or anything. It's just been so busy. Best I could do is like fit in a few Helldivers runs here and there. Ugh, okay, this is a stiff connection, and this piece is not actually like clicking into place. That's just not how it works, so it's going to be a little bit difficult here. Okay, there's one click. The Vigilante. Yeah, that one looks really cool. It's like an upgraded version of that first buck that they did, which I will be doing a video on one of those. I haven't gotten a source for the Vigilante yet, but I love how they have different weapon loadouts and stuff. They just keep on cranking them out, and so far they haven't really missed. Oh yeah, they've got a very interesting sword wielding suit coming. I don't know if it's like Arabic inspired or what, but it's got this big like saber style sword. E20. Here it is. E20. Also, most of these have very limited nubs, which is very helpful. Yes, these ones. See, once I get a feel for where things are, I can just kind of look at the part and not the actual number for the part. Sell them on AliExpress. Yeah, well, okay. I know where to buy them. There are multiple places to buy them. But what I mean by source is like usually a place that I can partner with to get them, because I don't have an infinite budget. And currently channel budget's bit depleted, because I bought multiple blockies lately and whatnot. So yeah, I could order them right now. They're on Temu as well, but the seller who was selling them didn't have them available in a partnership, because some of these are going to be in partnership with Temu. But I'm not really promoting that for these streams because they didn't pay for a stream. So I'm not going to just free advertise them. But I have to build this anyway, so, you know, I figured might as well build it live so you guys can see. Because otherwise I'd just be building it on my own, you know? In this way, at least, it can potentially be helpful for people. Interesting. So that's like a hinged piece. I don't really know why that's hinged. I'm trying to make sure I'm in focus. It's a little difficult. Okay, lots of F pieces. If you wanted to get one, we had to buy a new tire. Rip. Yeah, car repairs do tend to come first because without a car, it gets a little difficult to do things like work. And if you're not working, you don't necessarily get more money. For content. Yes, of course, for content. The show must go on and all that. But actually, though, yes, because I would otherwise still be having to build this. So instead of, you know, sitting there and trying to rush through the build as fast as possible, pop it on a live stream and, you know, it's sometimes live streams are basically like effortless extra content in this sort of case. J-Mations, welcome! Is this a third-party kit? No, because it's an original. So third-party is usually if somebody is making a licensed thing that, you know, that they're not the official person licensing them. This is just completely original. Like, there's no, what the? How's that supposed to work? Did I grab the wrong piece? No, I didn't. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, I see. There's another connection point. That makes a lot of sense. But yeah, I believe this technically would be considered just a normal, like, model kit. It's just a different brand. Sheik Mainland comes up with their own original designs. And I don't know if they came up with the POK material or what, but it's pretty good. It's pretty good. They call it, by their own words, low wear rate and reduced noise during movement and formaldehyde free. So environmentally friendly, lasts longer, supposedly, than most joints, and quieter. They are like a softer rubber. Thoughts on the Blockies Astro Rally set? I have many thoughts. You know, maybe a little bit of experience too, but I can't really say much about that. All I'll say is you guys will be hearing my thoughts very soon. Either way, the thoughts that I can give now are it looks awesome and Martian superiority. That's my thoughts currently. If you're not affiliated with the Martian Empire, I am legally allowed to nuke your planet or your colony. The Martian Emperor said so. And he gave us suits and nukes to do that with. So, join the Martian Empire. Martians are superior. Gotta be careful. Some of these parts. I trim a little too close. What? If you don't know what I'm talking about, I'll explain whenever I cover the Astro Rally stuff. Alright, this... Where's this going? Oh, it needs to go on first. Independent brands, third parties, and bootleg kits. I believe that Sheik Mainland would count as an independent brand. Because, yeah, they're... Is this supposed to go here? Yeah, it is. They're definitely doing their own thing. Alright, there we go. Oh, yeah, you do actually get a sheet of water slides with this guy. Oh, interesting. That goes up? Oh, it does. Okay. Venus or Space Knight? Yes, but what good is a Space Knight against overwhelming firepower? Wait, hold up. Hold up, did I grab the wrong backplate? No, that is correct. Just doesn't feel very stiff. Oh, we're putting pieces on the sides. I see. Is that... It's D. What's the best Sheik Mainland I've built so far? I mean, right now I'm kind of biased, but I really like this. This is really good. I'm a big fan of what they did here. More detail, more articulation. It's pretty good. The hands are a little... Yeah, I think they're wearing out, but... Or the molds, I should say. The molds, I think, are wearing out. But otherwise, absolutely fantastic. I love that you can build both a, like, evil-looking one and a little bit more good-looking one. All right, one single nub. That's what I like to see. Makes trimming... Honestly, I've gotten to the point where building official Gundam kits is a little tiresome because there's like sometimes like 5 or 6 different connection points to the runners. And so I have to just sit there working on one piece for like 5 minutes. Whereas you've got kits like Sheik Mainland who have not only more durable materials and not the same designs, but they only have a few connection points, and that makes it more fun. Oh, King Phantasm, thank you. Yeah, I saw the piston, like, hydraulic detail on that guy, and I was like, I cannot let this go unpainted. I have to do some paint. I actually was not planning on weathering it, but I ran into some problems. But I talked about that in the review, so you guys can hear about that whenever I release that review. Pop that on. Okay, now that holds everything together. That's good. That's good. Very, very good. And then this is going to go on the back, but I think I can just connect these first. Yes? Are those guns on the chest? Instead of head guns? What kit is this? This is the Sheik Mainland FRANZ-ALPHA. There we go. It's the blue and black version. Wait, is that the whole torso? Alright, let's go ahead and put the head on. So see, look at this. Then we can take this, and he can, whoa, he can still look way up. That doesn't look like it should be possible, but he can, which is great. They definitely thought about that. He can look down. He can turn from side to side. The POK is a little stiff at first. Sand the nubs. I don't sand them as much, but I usually just trim like I'm doing now. It does look better to take a little bit of extra time. Base body from Chinese group. Yeah, I think Bandai's suffering from the same thing Lego's suffering from, and it's big company bloat. They don't feel the need to innovate as much because they're so big. Their name is carrying them. Motor nuclear blind boxes. Oh, nice. Those, I haven't picked those up purely because they're kind of expensive, actually. Like, at least on, like, AliExpress. They're like, I think they're like, they're like $20 or something per blind box. At least last time I looked. Yeah, these ones have 2 connectors, which makes sense. But they're placing the connectors in, at least in a lot of these, placing the connectors in spots where it's not the worst. Like, these are on pegs that are likely just going to get hidden. Watermelon, welcome! You bought the Fenrir and Xenostrike? Nice. Nice. And now there's an upgraded version of the Fenrir coming out too, which I will be covering. I'm going to be probably focusing a fair bit on Sheik Mainland going forward, because I feel like I've been kind of sleeping on them. You know, I got the Xenostrike and the Fenrir, but there's a lot of their other stuff is actually pretty fantastic. Here, we'll do it this way. There we go. Trim this one. Honestly, you don't really need to trim these particular sections, but I'm doing it just because I don't know how precise like the pegs are going to be and if it's going to get in the way. Used to be on top, they don't really realize people like Kotobayuka are surpassing them. Yeah, I mean, Bandai has gotten better with color separation too, but wait, do you pronounce it Kotobayuka? Kotobayuka? Oh, interesting. It's like layered. I built one of their accessory kits a while back and found it to be like the plastic wasn't the best. Like it felt a bit more brittle. I've looked at some of their kits. I contemplated getting some of their kits though. Who knows? Maybe eventually I'll try it again. But I wasn't super impressed. Also, they focus a ton on the weird like mecha girl stuff and I don't like it. It's like building a high grade. Bukia? Kotobukia? Interesting. I've never tried real hard to pronounce that because I've never gotten any of the kits. Alright, D. No, that's a C. Why am I looking at that one? Gotta remember which one's which. D1. Alright, there's one. Go. Suffers from color separation in some of their kits. I've noticed some of them have some weird stickers in like the reviews that I've looked at. D9. Oh, it is this one. Oh, that's a little confusing. What's the Okay, I think this is... Let me put it in the camera. This right here is a little confusing because this almost looks like part of it, but I believe you have to cut this little V section out. Like their girls' kits. I just... Nah. I don't see the point of having half-naked teenage-looking girls with mech parts strapped onto them. That's just... That's weird. It's weird. And especially because, like, on this channel, it's made so that any age can watch it, you know? And I don't want to be promoting that stuff, especially not to, like, teenage boys. That can lead them down some trails that I don't want to be responsible for that. And I personally wouldn't even want that in my collection, so I don't know why I'm going to promote it to other people. There was one of their kits that was like a big mech that also came with one of the girls, and I was tempted to get that and just chuck the girl part because the mech was actually pretty cool. Coconut Man, welcome! But that's peak. It's peak lust. It's peak gooning. Give me just the metal. I only need the metal of the mechs. That's what I'm here for. I'm here for haha giant robot go burr, or in like the Sentinel's case, haha robot go burr. But either way, I'm in it for haha robot go burr, not for anything else. Give me pistons and Gatling guns any day. I don't want to see any skin on my mechs at all. Ever. That's just weird. Get that fit. Stiff connections. I think their Mega Man kits are pretty cool. I have seen the Mega Man kits. The Mega Man kits do look pretty good. I've actually contemplated getting some of them before. Again, I look at a lot of model kits, and there's a lot of ones that I'm like, oh, I maybe would get that one. And then I don't actually end up getting it just because I've got a lot of stuff in my list. Oh, it goes here. Oh, yo, look at that. That's some nice detail separation. Megalomaria. I think I looked it up. I don't remember. I'm pretty sure I looked it up. Is that another one of the, like, anime style ones? Oh, this one's a little weird. I think they could have left this detail out. I don't know why. A lot of mechs, okay, it actually kind of makes sense for balance reasons, but the crotch thruster is always a little suspect. Bandai's done it a lot. On their older stuff, issues rising prices. Yeah, well, what I mean by innovation is they are getting better for sure, but they're not innovating a whole ton in, like, their selection, you know? We kind of just keep getting the same sort of things. We get a couple of Zaku's, we get a couple of standard-looking Gundams, and we get a couple of GMs. That's basically all we're getting. For a while, I felt like we were getting all kinds of new, new detailed stuff. Like the Gundam Hathaway, some of those designs were fantastic. Now they're just kind of overcomplicating. They're just piling on more detail. Just cause, I guess, but it still looks like basically the same thing. I'm kind of looking forward to the new game, the Arc Gundam or whatever it is, but we'll see if it's any good. Bandai pretends Master Grade doesn't exist. That is true. Unless it's a P Bandai recolor. They're still doing those. Where do I get all of these things? Most of the Sheik Mainland kits, actually I think all of them, I've gotten all of them off of Temu. There's a ton of people selling on Temu, and actually they tend to be... Here I am. I said I'm not going to advertise them, and I'm ending up sounding like an advertisement anyway. This one came from Temu. But, yeah, so... There's a lot of sellers on there, and because there's a lot of sellers, they actually tend to get stock sooner, and it gets here quicker than a lot of the other sites. Rogue Orbit, yeah. But isn't the Gundam called the Arc something? I know the new show is called Arc something. The front hip skirts? Yes, actually, front hip skirts would make more sense, although I don't think this kit actually has hip skirts. There is one of the Sheik Mainland kits, the Cyclone, that has thrusters on the front skirts. But this one does not, because I don't believe we're getting any more. Like, this is the extent of the thrusters. Design change too much. G groups. Well, but they lean. But still, with that, it wasn't that they were changing the designs. Because new designs are awesome. But what they did is they said, oh, hey, this design that you really like, what if it were just, like, weird now? And I'm like, cool, but I want some different designs. I want some new and interesting designs. Like, the way that, like, IBO did things, we still kind of had the framework of typical Gundam designs, but it was different enough that it felt good and interesting, and everybody loved that. So I don't really know why they did that. Oh, I'm building 2 for the shoulders right off the bat. Cool. Pretty good. You've got lots of stuff on there. Yeah, as long as you pick the right seller, I've actually quite liked it. I've run into a couple meh sellers, and that's why you pay with something like PayPal or a credit card. Because if they try to pull a fast one on you, you can just yoink that money away. And they know it too. If you threaten them, like, I messaged a guy, he sent me the wrong thing, and I was like, hey dude, you're going to send me the right stuff, or you're going to send me a refund of this amount, and I actually dictated how much he was going to refund me. And I was like, otherwise, I'm just going to take all my money back. Which from Mercury suits were fairly interesting. I think some of them were a little over the top and weird. I don't like the storyline either. I don't find any of the story compelling whatsoever. But the designs, I think that's a pretty good example of making the designs different and interesting. The Tequila Gundam. Yeah, why haven't we got... Like, seriously, a P Bandai, even if they made it P Bandai, it would sell like crazy. X Arcs Gundam. Alex, interesting. Poll vote on which kit. Yeah, well, they don't want clearly they don't want to hear our opinions. they don't want our opinions. I feel like the fans have made their voices pretty loud and they're still ignoring. But hey, that seems to be just the trend for large companies. I don't really know why. And I mean, this is kind of a topic I've beaten to death on this channel, often in live streams, because, you know, Mega and Halo is a victim of this, where the higher-ups just keep doing the same tired things and expecting applause. And it's like, why are you doing this? Nobody wants this. Everybody is telling you very clearly what they want, and it would be very easy to make it happen. But there's this weird idea of the wider audience, and you gotta always appeal to the wider audience. And so they do weird things. Pretty good. Season 2 was horrible. Excuse for a story. Oof. What's the next Sheik Mainland kit I'm gonna live stream? I don't have one yet. It might be the Marine Zarov, depending. Or the Young Q. I also should be able to do a stream for the new Fenrir in a couple of weeks. We'll see. I do have a bunch more on hand, but they're already built, because actually one of the sellers was pre-building them. So I got pre-built ones for the sake of the review, because I wanted to see, like, is this actually a good option? So that'll be a topic of those videos. Shave that off. Building both shoulders at once. But yeah, I've got reviews for the Homer, 2 colors of the Homer in the works. I've got review for the Zyklon paired with the, what's that, like, Royal Defense Mech? The one with the hat. The only thing that's not the best on Temu is their what? I don't even know what that is. I don't know what you're trying to say. Oh yeah, I do have one of their, like, Buck, Super Action Trooper Bucks. And, I feel like I'm forgetting one. Well, this guy. There's going to be a review of this guy. We might have the Young Q and the Marine Zarov, potentially. Kits for Leo Prime Starsaber. Wait, you mean like bigger ones? Because they at least did Leo Prime for the Defender. Nobody a trend chaser or investor. Yeah, exactly. They're never the fans. Which is given rise to the LARP term, because unfortunately there are a lot of people that fall into that category. Which is annoying, because now you can't be a casual fan of anything. So, like, I put out this Bionicle video, right? I think most of you guys have seen that. And there are people in there kind of getting mad, saying that I'm disrespecting the franchise and I'm a LARPer, because I don't know how to say, was it Tahoe? Tahoe? I said Tahoe. That's how I've always said it. That's how I grew up saying it. But then people are like, oh, you're a LARPer, you're a LARPer. Like, bruh, I grew up when this was around. I'm not a LARPer. I just wasn't ever a hardcore fan. And I think it's okay to not be a hardcore fan of some things. Like, for example, Ultraman. I've become an Ultraman fan. Am I a hardcore Ultraman fan who's going to know every detail about the lore and all of it? Nah, probably not. I mean, I'll learn more as time goes on. But I'm never going to be like a super hardcore fan, you know? I would call myself a more hardcore fan of Halo, but even then, people will say that I'm not, because I don't agree with a lot of the things that the original hardcore fans say. So, I don't know. I guess that whole rant is to say, it's okay to be a casual fan of something. You know, don't be an actual LARPer. The LARP term really goes for people who are trying to get clout out of pretending that they like something. Mega had community was already small. Appeal to an audience that wasn't there. Partially, but honestly, I've said this before. I think there was a lot more going on than we will ever know. I think that there was a lot of theft happening. Maybe even money laundering. I can't prove it, but there's a lot of things that point towards someone was making extra money off of the company and it sunk them. Because they got bolder and bolder and bolder. And then eventually nothing made it to stores, so they couldn't fulfill contracts, and, you know, it was a big mess. It was more than just what they did. Spin a wheel thing. Oh, you mean the, their little, like, promotion things? I don't know why I'm capping that. Yeah, I don't like the constant, like, spinny wheel promotional thingamajigs. That's kind of gets annoying. Alright, so this goes... Wait, hold up. Hold up, wait a minute. Something ain't right. Yeah, it's this way. So this peg needs to stick out this direction. Oh, I see what we're doing here. I see. And then this piece goes here. This is what we're going to attach the arm to. Manzinger, Infinity Movie, nothing else. It's not mean. Yeah, exactly. Like, you can just like whatever happened to just, oh yeah, I kind of liked that. That was cool. And then, hey, maybe you want to get the figure of it or something. And then, you know, maybe you just like that one particular thing. Maybe you don't want to watch every single show and read every single comic and do all the things. Maybe that's just what you wanted, and that's still fine. Just, it's fine as long as you're not trying to, like, get big views in the fan base of that particular thing. Because of that, I don't know. That's usually why people get so angry. It's a weird world we live in. Weird world. Also, I feel like it's a world where a lot of people, maybe this sounds mean, but a lot of people are getting to the point where they don't really have lives outside of their fan stuff, you know? Like, I feel like there's a lot of Halo fans that don't have lives other than just whining about wanting Halo to be back the way it used to be, like old men reminiscing. Like, everybody's suddenly an old man reminiscing about the good old days and wishing the good old days would come back. And missing out on, like, what enjoyment that can be had. I'm a big proponent of criticism to big companies is a good thing. But if that's your entire life, go hike. Go outside. Look at some trees. Breathe some fresh air. You don't have to be mad about the video game all the time. Because at the end of the day, it is just a video game. It may mean a lot, and that's fine, but life goes on outside of the game or outside of the franchise. You know, life goes on outside of the Halo fan base. It just does. And whether or not Halo Studios ever makes a good Halo game, the world is going to keep spinning. But I think a lot of people kind of feel like it's not. You know, the Star Wars fans, if Disney never makes a good Star Wars again, world's gonna keep on going. It just is. And it's best to, like, accept that and then offer criticism where you can, but if you can't, then it is what it is. Let's give this guy some shoulders. Also, another thing is, I don't think that we like the idea of things coming to an end, you know? We live in the age where everything could get a reboot at any time, no matter how old it is. So now we get the idea, like, oh, my favorite franchise can just continue on into eternity, or at least, I guess, as long as we're alive to see it. But that's not the case. Stuff ends. Like Lord of the Rings, for example. I hate that they're redoing or doing more Lord of the Rings stuff because it ended. It ended very nicely. And we can still go back and appreciate it, but we don't need more. HE kits. They're cool. Care for the lore. Yeah, I mean, that's how I started. I started getting Gundam kits. Actually, it's called Gunpla if it's the model kit. Anyway, I started getting the Gundam kits because I did think they just looked cool. You know? Haha, big robot go burr. And I watched a few of the series just because it started making me curious. I really enjoyed Gundam 00. I enjoyed most of Gundam 00. I didn't like the anime girl aspect of it, but it was a very compelling show. The characters were interesting. Lock-On is the best, and I thought it was pretty good. Did I get the right one? I did. Here's looking cool. Yes, he is very, very aggressive, very Bird of Prey-esque. Not a fan of the franchise, but it definitely looks cool. See, that's the other thing. Like, that's usually what gets me interested in a franchise, is the designs. Like, for the longest time, I didn't really care to look into Kamen Rider because I didn't really see any of the designs that I liked. But then I saw, was it Zets? Kamen Rider Zets? And Arc 1. And those ones were like, oh, hold on. These are actually really cool looking. That's enough to convince me, hey, I would love to have a figure of this or a model kit of this. So I'll look into Kamen Rider now. But not all the designs interest me, so I'm not just sold on the entire series. And again, that's okay. But a lot of people, I don't know, you shouldn't take it as some sort of disrespect to you if somebody doesn't want to get fully invested into something, like a line of some sort. Because it's really not. And then the franchise is not going to feel disrespect. Like, it doesn't matter. People are like, oh, it's disrespectful to the franchise. No, it's not. Nobody cares. Nobody cares if somebody's, like, partially a fan. The franchise doesn't have feelings. It's fine. Wait, is this an upper arm? Oh, it's a kind of both. Which, lock on? Well, honestly, both of them. But the OG one, the OG lock on, golly, it's very few times that I'm ever watching a movie that I actually feel like I want to cry, or watching a show. Lock on's death, sorry, spoiler, guys. Lock on's death got me. That like left me sad for the entire rest of the day. I'm gonna be honest, you get really annoyed by people constantly saying Gunpla. Yeah, they're like, you just said Gundam model, and it's like, no, it's Gunpla. What does Gunpla stand for? Gundam plastic model. That's literally what it is. But you have to say it right. It's the whole Lego. Don't say Legos. It's just Lego, which I like pulling that on people sometimes just to be annoying. I think it's kind of funny, but it is just an annoying, like, I'm more of a nerd than you, and I'm very big advocate for being a nerd. I think it's awesome, but sometimes you still gotta remember the other people. Century of the series talking about it, yeah. I mean, if it were brand new, I probably would feel worse about spoiling it, but if you haven't watched it at this point, I don't really know that you can get mad about spoilers. But yes, that was a death that made me very sad. Especially with the little Haros just calling his name. I was like, no, the poor little guys don't have their master anymore. Oh yeah, the hands are rubber. Also, so this is something that annoys me about Bandai. All of their high-grade kits have different hands. Sometimes they hold the same size stuff, but other times they don't. Well, Sheik Mainland has fixed that by making all of their same size, like high-grade style kits, include the same set of rubber hands. They're softer so they can hold things better. You don't have to take them apart. They look a little better. And every weapon works with every kit, which is awesome. Barnes & Noble? What? Am I missing context? Barnes & Noble? Remember when Barnes & Noble used to sell Gundam? Been a long time. They used to have the most horrible displays. The people that were building those kits, golly, they did not know what was up. At all. Yo, look at that. That is a... Make sure I'm in focus. That is a single jointed elbow, guys. That is a single jointed elbow! Rip the boxes in half diagonally. You might not be able to stop me from doing that. That part really made you depressed. Yeah, that just shows it was very good writing. It almost makes me want to rewatch the show. I didn't like What's-Her-Face, though. I can't remember her name. It shows how much I actually liked her character. The leader lady that was always in the Ptolemaeus, however you pronounce that. Yeah, Exia and Golly, lock-on suit name went right out of my head. I have the Kyrios, actually. The Master Grade Kyrios. Dynamez. Dynamez was always my favorite of their suits. Exia was close. Kyrios, and then the last one. I never really loved the last one. The fat one, the Chonk. The Chonk really only had one play, and that was turn on the giant gun. And if that didn't work, then oh well. Plan has failed. Which is kind of funny. Yes, Dynamez. Trinity? No, not, Wait, was that her name? How can you get one of these guys? So right now, you can go, I believe... I don't remember if it's pre-order or not. You can go in the chat, in the pinned message, there's a BBTS link. You can get it from there because the Temu listing actually sold out while I was trying to make this. So this one is not actually, I forgot, this one's not actually going to be getting a sponsored video. I will still make a video on it because I have it, why not? But it won't be as advertising for Temu. Coconut Man, thank you for stopping by. Have a great rest of your weekend. Sumeragi, yeah, that's right. I didn't like her. She was just... Well, okay, her character was kind of interesting, but I would have preferred her to actually, like, wear a shirt. Because, again, I'm in it for the mechs and the interesting story. I don't need the main character to... Or one of the main characters to be walking around with half a shirt on all the time. The top half of the shirt missing, no less. Don't watch IBO. I have watched some clips. I don't... So part of why Lock-On's death got me so much is he was like genuinely... Whoa. He was genuinely like a good guy trying to make a difference. Whereas a lot of the IBO stuff, a lot of those characters, they're very just like desperate, and it doesn't really seem like they care too much about doing the right thing so much as they care about just being on the top, you know? They wanted to be the ones on the top, not necessarily do the right thing. That's kind of... Virtue! Yes, Virtue. The Virtue Gundam with Nadley inside. It's been like 5 years since I watched 00. Also, it took me like a year to find Awakening the Trailblazer. Actually, somewhere I could watch it. That wasn't a Blu-ray DVD. That's the only way I could purchase it. It was crazy. Also, that was one of the very few times I've actually, like... No, it was the only time I've ever actually sought out a pirated movie. Because I think pirating is wrong, and I will avoid it. But there genuinely was nowhere... Awakening the Trailblazer, it was nowhere to be found. A pirated copy on Facebook was the only thing I could find that wasn't a Blu-ray DVD. And the Blu-ray DVD cost like $60 to buy as well. So I was like, I don't know about that. You know what? We're actually, we're making some pretty good time here. 50 minutes and we're already through the whole upper body? That's kind of insane, actually. That's actually really insane. These kits come together so smoothly. I feel like I would have still been building the torso if I was building a normal Gundam kit. That's not cut right. Alright, so we're going to be doing left and right kind of simultaneously. I'm going to go ahead and move the hands over here so they're not in the way. And then... Again, single pegs, or single sprue attachments, I should say. Trim that. Trim that. That other one was trimmed enough. It's actually kind of warm today. Beefy guy. He is rather beefy, but he's also very sleek at the same time. He's not just like a chunk mech. The Homer, I don't have a copy right next to me. They're both upstairs, but the Homer is a chunk mech. Absolute unit of a mech with giant, like, anti-air cannons on its back. Oh no, I'm getting it all over my studio. I was trying to avoid this. I had so many nubs to clean. I had to vacuum this studio after building the Sentinel. Like, there was so much mess all over my studio. I tried just, like, sweeping it up with my hand. It was like, nah, there's too much. I made a mess. I made a what is it? A continuous and severe continuous lapse in my judgment. Is that a seafood platter? You ate the plate? You're supposed to eat the food on the plate, not actually eat the plate itself. At least last I checked. Full Metal Panic. I don't know a ton about Full Metal Panic other than a few of the mech designs. And the face does look a little Full Metal Panic. Build it in a plate. I don't think I've ever done that. I've never tried building it in a plate. That's why I'm using the cutting mat now, but the plate has more fiber. I would think it would have more minerals, maybe. Oh, look at that. Oh my golly. Whew, that is a good knee joint. That is a very good, stiff knee joint. This POK material, it's something else. I don't know if... So, I didn't hear about this much until Sheik Mainland. I don't know, does anyone else have access to this material? Or is it just, like... Is it just a Sheik Mainland thing? Because I was suggesting to Blockies that they use it. Then I realized afterward, I was like, can they even use it? Oh, interesting. I've spent so long building tiny piece things, like, because I was a Lego fan before I got into model kits. So I literally have been building stuff with small parts most of my life. So at this point, I've gotten used to just figuring out which direction it is I need to grab things at to make my fingers work. Trim that. Am I gonna paint this one? I might weather it eventually. Because I have so many to review, I'm not gonna give them all the weathering. But I might try, because we got water slides here. They don't really tell you where to put them. I'm also bad at water slides, so I've kind of been avoiding trying it, but it might be time to actually try. Alright, let me refocus on this piece. That's an idea. I mean, certain things, if the parts are too small, I would do that. But, then I have to remember to actually keep it on the plate. There we go, there we go. I'll at least panel line this guy. After the review, likely. Because a lot of the times, I want to be able to show what the kit looks like without extra work. Because, you know, not everyone will want to do the super advanced stuff, you know? Or, not even super advanced. It's just the extra work. Not everybody's going to want to do the extra work. I guess the leg is primarily black. D8. And D7. Oh, is there going to be a thruster on the back here? So, we're going to put all the parts for this here. Oh, it's going to be the same there. Yeah, that kind of water slide. Okay, that's all I need from that. Water slides scare you. I feel that. The thing is, at this point, though, I have so many different sheets of water slides that it doesn't really matter if I mess them up because I can just rip them off and try it from a different sheet. So I think I don't have any excuses to not give this a try. Tricky. Do you use like Mark Setter and Mark Softer? I think that's what they're called. Or do you just straight up use water? Because I don't have any of the extra stuff on hand, like the Setter and Softer. Is that necessary? Or is it just like a, yeah, it'll be more helpful type of deal? Alright, time to trim these parts. Oh, that's an awkward one. How am I going to get the knife in there? It's going to be a bit tricky. See, this one's a lot better. This one? Probably should make sure I actually focus up on here. You fun, but boy, you gotta look at what kind of water slide manufacturer. Some took time. Oh, I mean, yeah. I guess that's something you can kind of figure out on the fly. I did try water slides last year, but they were really cheap and they never dried properly. Moon 2000. Wait a minute. Is that the movie? That movie with what's his face who was in Iron Man? Where he like is stuck on the moon and thinks he's able to go home and then things like unravel, which I don't really want to say because if it's that movie that you're talking about, really good movie. And probably gonna need a setter once applied. So wait, is a setter like a top coat? Could I just top coat the heck out of the kit afterward, or is a setter like more like a glue? Because I haven't found a video that actually explained what those does. They're just like what those do. It's just like, oh yeah, just use this. I'm like, but why? Why? Why do I need to use that? Tony Stark. No, it's the guy who plays Justin Hammer. Golly, I can't remember his name. Sam Rockwell. Yes, him. That's the movie you're talking about? Yeah, I actually saw that this year. Very good movie. I was not sure what to expect, but very, very good. I won't spoil it because it's the kind of thing that, like, if you guys haven't watched it, you should go and watch it. It was very good. I think is it technically R? Because I think he says the F word multiple times. But that's the only reason it's R. Don't spoil. Yeah, no spoilers, no spoilers. Moon is a movie best watched without you knowing anything prior. I was going to say watched blind, and I knew if I say watched blind, Scotty Z70 is going to say something about me not being able to see it if you watch it blind. So I corrected myself. The fifth element will be 30. I don't think I've seen that one. It is interesting, though. A lot of, like, cult classics, so to speak. They're getting old. You still need a top coat after they dry. So is it a top coat? So does it go, you need... I know how those types of jokes progress. I'm familiar with them. I know how to predict them. So does it go, you put the water slide on and then use a setter and then you have to top coat, or can you just let it go on, dry, and then top coat? Because if so, then I'm going to have to get myself some... If I need that, I'm going to have to get myself some setter. Fifth element is Spielberg, yeah? So we got some nice connection points here. I don't know what we're doing with them yet. Oh, we're just going straight into the leg structure with some big pieces. 3 DVDs. Back when they were... $40 for a DVD? Do you mean 4? Wait, $40 for a DVD? Because you can get them for, like, a lot cheaper now. Or, I don't know, were they more expensive back? I don't know how many years back. Terminator, Fifth Element. Oh, I haven't seen... I haven't seen second Terminator yet. I saw the first one, and then I saw Genesis. Yes, I know. Genesis was not the one to watch. If you care about the Terminator franchise, Genesis is not the one to watch. But I got all the Mega sets, so I wanted to know what I was talking about when I made the videos, which a lot of them are still members only, so I guess it didn't matter. Okay. Gotcha. So it was one of those. It's like hard drives and thumb drives and stuff. They used to be like you had to pay like $100 for a single gigabyte. Now you can get 100 gigabytes for like $30. Would I say this build is closer to an HG or an RG? Definitely more like a high grade, given that you're not assembling a inner frame. However, some of the engineering it's smoother than a high grade, if that makes sense. Like, a lot of high grades, I don't know. They have a very similar build process, so it's like, oh, I know what I'm building. I'm building the arm joints. I'm building the leg joints. Here, it's like, I don't always know what I'm building. So is this crooked? I think it was a little bit crooked. This comes together quite good. Sin City. Isn't that another older one? That's a name I've heard. Of the Big Zom. Isn't that the... No, that's the Big O. The Big O. What's the Big Zom again? I'm thinking of the Big O. The yellow, really dumpy looking suit with the tiny little puny pointy head. Dang. Yeah, now you can buy DVDs for like $5. $30 is expensive these days. Holy moly, I do not know how to say that name. Person with the pink F as their profile picture. Welcome. I apologize. I cannot pronounce your name. Oh, I didn't trim this one. Whoops. With stuff like this, you gotta be careful, because if you are not careful, you can just slice into that peg. You gotta really avoid doing that. That can go badly. Is this Minecraft song? Yes! Minecraft is playing in the background. Video rental store. Whew. That's insane. Also, video rental store. It's so funny to me. I don't know. Ancient history at this point. Video stores being a thing. They used to sell Mega at Blockbuster, back when Blockbuster existed. But now it's streaming services, which kind of sucks, because like now if you say you buy a bunch of stuff on a streaming service, and then say that service goes bankrupt or something, well, too bad, all that money you spent's gone for good. Huge green saucer and chicken leg? What? I don't want that master grade O. I forgot there was a master grade. I know there's a high grade. I've seen the high grade more often. You like the Unicorn Gundam? Unicorn Gundam, I'm pretty sure it's still to this day doesn't have like a definitive really good kit. But I will say, I watched Unicorn Gundam as my first real introduction to Gundam, and it was pretty good. It was a pretty good starter. Because, golly, first of all, the music. Oh my gosh. Hiroyuki Sawano. Absolute freaking genius. He's so good at what he does. So good. All the stuff that he makes is just pure gold. The Goldfellas video. Oh, yes. It's actually done. I just need to add the details. Like timestamps and stuff. I've been slow. You don't do streaming services? I'll only do it for certain things. See, I think streaming services are great if you want to try something. Like, for example, my wife and I are watching through Daredevil, where we just finished Defenders. We watched season 1, season 2, and now we just finished Defenders. And that's really nice, because then I can watch it and decide, hey, do I actually want to invest in buying all the DVDs? because it's like 5 seasons of media. So now I get to see if I like it, and then I can go, oh, I can buy it now. Master Grade Unicorn is kind of buns. That's what I've heard. That's what I've heard. 083. Oh, that's the one with Alex. Gundam Alex. I believe. Looks like we're gonna have a couple extras on here, but we've got some leg thrusters of the card. Yeah, that is my. I actually used to do videos about those cards. It's Kraken. What do you call himself? Kraken Coalition. He does, or he did. I don't know if it's still available, but basically, if you were a Halo fan, you could get a collectible card made of you. So I actually have a whole bunch of other people's collectible cards as well. You could choose what number you wanted, assuming it wasn't already chosen. So I bought a big stock of them because I wanted to have them to be able to give out for a long time. Super cool project. Super, super cool. Also, yeah, I figured your Roy needed some properly ninja weapons. I have mine using some weapons like that. My silver one. Chicoloca, welcome! RG Unicorn. This is creased. Oh, that's probably a shipping thing. Probably UPS's fault. Sorry, USPS. I've heard the RG Unicorn is good, but also fragile. I've heard a lot of people say it's fragile. Also, look at this piece. Look at this piece. They attached it via 1 bit. One little bit to the runner. If that was Bandai, that would have been 4 at least. Recently built the Banshee. Oh no, not the Banshee. The Banshee, I've heard, yeah, is the worst. The worst of the lot. Best sites to get Mega Halo? Well, Temu, you're not going to really find Mega Halo on Temu. Even if you could find it, or if there were any on there, the search engine is not good enough for you to narrow it down. At this point, it's like you buy whatever stock is on Amazon, and then eBay. That's really it. But eBay has so many of... If you're trying to avoid stuff like the bootleg elites, although at this point, you probably want to get some of those, given that that's the only way to get any elite variants, so... And they're decent enough quality that you could make them work. Pigs and Mess toys. Oh, are they loose? If the paper eventually falls out, you can also do that with either sticky tack or super glue if you want it to be a permanent fix. You pop the arm out, coat the ball joint in super glue, and then go from there. I need to get a Mess Toys figure, and then if it's loose, just like do a little tutorial or something. Because people always ask me how to fix loose joints, and I did a tutorial years ago on how to fix loose joints, but it's a bit outdated, I would say. It's also specifically about Mega, not just any action figures. There's no moving on from that bad, huh? Alright. We want this piece. Again, single attachment point. Thank you, Sheik Mainland. Thank you very much. Chicoloca, thank you for stopping by. Good luck on your mega hunting, because it's tough out there. And hope you have a great rest of your weekend. GPO2A in the movie. Yes. Yes, I do vaguely know. Yes, doesn't he kind of look a little Gustav Karl-ish? This is definitely a tougher nub to trim properly. Curved surfaces and angled surfaces are difficult, and this is both. They do occasionally... That's the thing, is like... No company is perfect, so they do occasionally do some stuff, and I'm like, golly, why'd you have to do that? AliExpress, GYZ Toys. They do have an official AliExpress store. But yes, GYZ Toys, I follow them on Instagram and whatnot. So yeah, I would probably buy it from them. Did that work? Oh, there we go. That's looking pretty good. No buy. You want to go to the flea market? Man, I wish I had... Well, I kind of have a flea market nearby, but I don't think it's one that would really have Mega. I don't really find Mega around. Gustav. Fat Rockets. He's just really bulky. The Gustav Karl suit. I mean, he's very, very chonky. One of the chonkiest. Oh, wait. Flip this around. Ugh. Pop that in place. These parts are fitting together very nicely. You just have to make sure to get it lined up because there's multiple pegs that have to land at once. Isn't it Physalis? Is that how you say it? Physalis? I believe that's how you... That's the name. I don't know if that's how you properly say it or not. But yeah, the Physalis. 30 minutes away, North Myrtle Beach. I mean, 30 minutes isn't bad. To get to an antique shop that sells like old Lego and stuff, or I say old Lego. When I mean old Lego, I'd like 2009, 2010, the stuff that I used to love getting. I still love getting that stuff, like Power Miners and whatnot, if I can find it. But that one's like a 40, 50 minute drive for me. So 30 minutes not bad. I mean, where I used to live, it was a 30-minute drive just to, you know, get to where I was going. Yes, the Physalis. How do you say that? Physalis? Physalis? I feel like I'm saying it wrong. Oh, what the heck? All right. Apparently, there are knives built into the feet of this this suit. All right, we got a knee here. 2.0 RG Epion. Oh yeah, that one's really cool. All right, what's the knee bend on this? Oh, that's a beautiful knee bend. That's a beautiful knee bend. Gundam. Yeah, I remember seeing it, but it's been a bit, so yeah, I might need a refresher. Oh, yeah, that's why it's not fitting. It's freaking upside down. That would make sense. Stamens. Oh yeah, are they all named after flowers? Or parts of the flower anyway? Alright. C. Are we using the last proper C parts? Yes, we are. Slice that off. Lexington, North Carolina. Flea market. I'll have to do that. Wait a minute. I think maybe I've heard of that one? I don't know. Also, does every place have a Lexington? Because there's a Lexington, Virginia, too. Yes, so we have this knife blade here. That's going to go in the foot. 4 hours. That's a longer drive. That's more like, for me to go to the Lego store, it's about... Well, okay, I used to go to the North Carolina Lego store, but then they opened one closer. So it used to be like a 6-hour drive total, like both ways. So that was like an all-day trip. But now it's like 2. But I've definitely made drives like that, just to be able to go get some stuff. Yeah, I guess I need the other. Lexington is below Greensboro. Okay, got it. Yeah, I would usually go to... I think it was Greensboro that has the Lego store. Alright, then we need... Oh, are we basically using... I think we're using a lot of the rest. Sometimes I can't tell the part size. I thought these joints were going to be super tiny. But apparently they're quite large. Raleigh. Sorry. I always get mixed up if it's in Greensboro or Raleigh. Yeah, Raleigh is the one. The big mall. The, like, multi-layer mall. That's the one I usually go to. But now there's one closer, so I don't have to go that far. But it's a pretty good Lego store. I bought Rivendell. No, I didn't buy Rivendell there. I bought the Lion Knight's Castle there. Bought Rivendell at the one in DC. Into college in Raleigh. Oh, nice, nice. My cousin's actually going to college there. I think I've just accepted at this point that some of these nubs are gonna get off the cutting mat. Stardust memory. Interesting. I read it too fast. Oops, that did not cut all the way. I'm actually doing... I thought this was going to be like a 2-hour build. I mean, it might still be a 2-hour build because I'm not done with the weapons and stuff, but the actual suit itself is almost done. It's funny. When I first started getting into model kits like this, a build like this would have taken me like 2 days. But after you've built, I don't know, like 60 or 70... Have I really built that many model kits? No, I've built literal hundreds now, thanks to Blockies. Spawn Worshipper? Like McFarlane Spawn? Anyway, welcome. This is the fat boy. Not height, that would be Psycho. Yeah, Psycho Gundam. Actually... What about the mobile armors? I thought the mobile armors were a little bigger. Everyone's favorite cultist. That's quite a claim. A self-proclaimed cultist. Ah. Holy moly, that is a serious joint. So then this is going to go in like... Nope, other way around. The tab has to fit in. Then we're going to put the knife... Where does the knife fit? Oh, it fits on the other side. A display showcase? You mean like a display of all the stuff that I have actually visible? I'd have to actually clean up a little bit. What was the largest? Yes. But then I think more bigger ones were introduced. Wait, hold on. No. There's a song from Gundam Build Fighters called Bell of Requiem. And the one that I always listen to on YouTube, the person who uploaded it put a picture of a bunch of the Gundams attacking the Psycho Gundam. It's really, really cool. Really cool background. Okay, let me flip that out, and then gotta get everything lined up, and then look at that. So we've got, oh, this can go all the way up. Hand doesn't fit with 30-minute. Oh, yeah, because it's the 3mm. These ones are not peg holes, but they do have the peg holes on there. But yeah, we got a knife shoe, and then pop this on there. Like, oh, interesting. And then we get... That is the wrong... That's the wrong side. Look at that. Look at that. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's good. Huge cylinders. Oh, yeah. Wait, not Sazabi. Not Sazabi. Golly, what's the one that he fights in Unicorn? He gets in a giant mobile armor there and has to fight that. That's a massive thing, and it's got giant cylinders that are fuel tanks. Sazabi. Yeah, Sazabi is big. That is just a big suit. No, it was in Narrative Gundam. Narrative. Unicorn Gundam Narrative. They say it weird because it's spelled like narrative, but they don't say narrative. You know what you're talking about? But I forgot what it was called. There's like a master grade of it that people say is good, but then some people say it's bad. It's a gray. There was both a gray and a red version of the suit. Oh, golly. Why can't I remember the name? I've even watched Unicorn multiple times. I should know this. My brain just keeps saying Sazabi. It's not Sazabi. It's the other one. It's the other suit. Sinanju. Sinanju. Yes, thank you. It's the Sinanju. Sinanju gets a giant, like, armor add-on with big, fat arms and whatnot. Yeah. That's the one. The Neo Zeong, but the Sinanju rides it, yes? Or it is the pilot, basically. Ugh. Alright, the foot here goes together, and we are almost done with the main suit here. Ah, it is getting warm in here, which means I'm getting sweaty, which means it's sticking to me. Sinanju. Yeah, Sinanju came first, and Sazabi was an iteration, I think. My favorite of all the Gundam designs was probably the Gundam Crossbone for a bit, but then I learned about the D Gundam, and the D Gundam is something else. I love the like slap together look of that suit. So now I'm a proponent of the D Gundam. You're gonna redo your collection? Oh, like resorting, reorganizing it? I have to do that fairly often because here's the thing. Sometimes it's actually a little overwhelming being a reviewer and having so much stuff coming in all the time, because then I'm constantly having to figure out where to fit stuff and what stuff gets to stay out and what stuff has to be packed up for future comparisons, and it's a problem. It is a good problem to have, but it is a problem nonetheless. And I'm covered in nubs now. Gundam. Not Gundam. Plastic nubs. Unicorn is after Char's counterattack. Oh, so never mind. It would be... Sinanju would have been an iteration on the Sazabi then. No. Sinanju did not come first. I got that mixed up. The Sinanju is like an iteration on the Sazabi's style. It's a lighter version, basically. Taking the same time as Sentinel. 3-minute project. Yeah, I don't know why they call it 3-minute project. I think that they just wanted the searchability that people are going to look up 30-minute missions and then maybe their 3-minute project stuff will pop up. But, yeah, it's sure... Those sure are not 3-minute projects. Maybe if you built half of the kit and had all the parts pre-cut out, you could assemble it in 3 minutes, maybe. D Gundam is a mobile worker? Yes. There's actually two. There's a new version coming out, but yes. It is a mobile worker, which is why I love it. It looks... Actually, hold on. Come out, boy. He's just so bare bones, and I love it. Also, he has a literal shotgun. How could you not like that? But, like, look at that. Those legs look like mobile worker legs with Gundam armor strapped onto it, and it's so cool. He may not be the most powerful. Where can I put him that he's actually visible? Here, he'll stand here for a minute. He may not be the most powerful, but I think he's the most interesting. 3 minutes. Oh yeah, I don't want to spend 30 minutes. I'd rather spend 3 minutes. Psych! Your 3-minute kit's actually going to take you 2 hours. Get good, noob. Okay, those can rotate, I guess. How hot is it there? It's probably 80 degrees, I would say, today. Zaku2 red comment. Oh, where is that one? I think that one's in a box. Here, let me put this guy's legs on and I can grab that one. Alright, pop that on. Take some force to get this popped into place. Do I have Death Scythe? I don't. I have very few of the wing kits. I had a wing, but then part of it broke, so I have it in my scrap pile. And then I have the desert one. Why can't I remember its name? Does that thing need to be retrofitted to make an official Gundam? Oh, here we go. We can get a nice little height comparison here. They are pretty much the exact same height. Pretty much. Let me grab my Zaku really quick. I don't have enough space on my shelves to have all of my Gundams out, so I have a bunch stored in here. Where's my Zaku? Oh, here he is. Here he is. This guy, I used too much panel liner on the hand and it shattered like 3 times. I had to repair it. But yeah, this was one of the first kits that I went for all of the decals and stuff. The torso, the only thing I don't like about this kit is that the torso and then the swing forward on the hips is just always loose. I've tried fixing it, but I don't know, maybe I just need to try more. The torso, though, it just stays kind of floppy. Heavy arm. Oh, heavy arms. Sandrock. Sandrock, yes. I have Sandrock. There's that. Oh, yeah, this was the first one I really tried painting. This kit about drove me insane. Wait, where's his other... his V-fin? Because when I found out you had to paint most of the detail yourself. Because, like, the F91, that was, like, stickers. The little vents here. All of the vents here. All the blue. So many stickers. Do I have clear Sandrock? No, I have the Wing Revive Sandrock. Is the Zaku 2 worth buying? It is a very nice kit. I would say if you want a Char's Zaku, this is the best one. It is the best one. If you just want a Zaku, I'd probably get Solari's Zaku. But if you want Char's one, this is the one to get, in my opinion. Like I said, this is just a little bit loose. The forward and back, and then the swing forward is a bit loose. But otherwise, it's pretty good. But yeah, like, the swing forward, I don't want this swing forward doing this. This is annoying. Honestly, I might keep this out and fix it. There's a spiderweb inside my box. We got the, was this the Justice Knight? But it is completely repainted. I repainted everything. Yeah, the F91 is pretty neat. Here is a Gundam Wing Leo. What's left of it, anyway. It's the Leo Lorian. Do the cables hinder the leg motion? Nah. They don't. They're made to get out of the way, see? So, like, you can get to about there pretty well. Snapped? Oh, that sucks. That sucks. Oh, here's a beautiful little kit. Core Gundam Mark II. So cool. The Mandalorian. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Oh, yeah. I forgot. I have a bunch. Speaking of IBO, this guy's been modified. Speaking of Unicorn, we have the Narrative Apex, I believe. I did some customizing on this dude. Add some decals and stuff. This guy's pretty cool. He's a pretty nice HG. Very detailed, very interesting. I did the pistons and the legs. Then This one was one of my favorites. Build burning, but it's repainted. I got bored one day and I said, I'm repainting it. So here it is. Super cool suit, though. Get a core Gundam? Yes, you should definitely get a core Gundam. Here's one of my favorites that I've done. Again, a lot of these high grades just get loose over time. Oh, like that wasn't even attached. What? GM Sniper. I bought this guy purely to steal the sniper rifle. And that was it. Then I was like, you know what? I'll just weather him. So I did like bullet holes and all sorts of things. They have multiple HG versions of the narrative at this point. I should probably get back to building this guy, but I'll show you guys one more. This is the Shattered Edge Gundam. And this is one of my own designs. I took the... I forgot the name of the original... I've forgotten the name of the original one. But anyway, this is something that I built because I wanted to. I had a bunch of extra parts left over, so I repainted it, and then I bought some silver paint that was specifically supposed to give a texture, and so I made him have this like really roughed up replacement one. Try burning for free at a contest. Oh, that's awesome. But yeah, this one was a full kit bash. I did a lot to this one. It's one I've had quite a while. Kept a lot of his articulation. To this day, I think it was pretty good for a beginner kit bash. And then I made this sword out of a salad container. I cut up a salad container and glued parts onto it. And that's what gave me the sword. I don't remember what... I think I wanted to get one of the IBO kits, but I didn't have the funds for it, so I just made my own. Yes, I love weathering. Sometimes a little too much. Lots and lots of weathering. That's my way of doing things. For a couple reasons. It helps cover up paint imperfections. That's one of the reasons I do it. I look like a GM Spartan. Yeah, that's kind of... I was going for the tactical look. All right. Let's set this buddy off to the side. This dude, let's see. Can he do a good kneeling pose? He's got to be able to do a good kneeling pose. I don't know how he... Oh my goodness. That is a beautiful kneeling pose. Look at that. See GM custom on it? You rest, you can't put your finger. Taco Bell lettuce? No, it does not. How tall is the new one? This one is the same height as this guy. He was standing next to him. So basically normal high grade size. Oh, let's build. This is where the Gundam 00 influence seems to come into play. Because we have sword guns. Very, very Exia. Very Exia. And, oh, yes. We get to use some black. 5 inches, 6 inches. I think most high grades are 5 inches. I think. He looks a little shorter than, like... I don't have a 6-inch figure right next to me. But he's probably a little shorter. Bad news when it comes to the IBO kits, especially the high grade. The Barbados Adapt does look really good. If I ever see that one in stores, I might pick it up. Don't have a ruler. I don't keep a ruler on hand. Because I basically go by, like, comparisons to other figures and kits. That's usually how I do things. Is this the one with the jet wings? No, that's the Yonq. The Yongkyu is the Jetwing one. This guy has like a rocket thruster laser thing on his back. But I may get the Yongkyu as well. In a similar color scheme, actually. Yeah, this probably will be a 2-hour stream because I stopped to show off other kits. But that's all good. Are the squares of the mat supposed to be 1 inch? Oh, wait a minute. You're right. You can tell how much I use this cutting mat for, like, proper stuff. Whoa, he can bend backwards, too. What? Can't say I was expecting that. All right, he is... Yep, exactly 5 inches. 5 inches tall. It's a very interesting mech design. I like it a lot. This actually, it's like Gundam 00 mixed with Gundam, was it G? G Gundam? The G self? G-Ral? I've seen that one. I know I've seen it. The name is familiar, but I can't picture it. There was a while that I was researching Gundam kits like all day. That was what I did. That was during COVID. About 5-6 inches tall. Yeah, 5 inches. 5 inches is correct. Only thing that would have made these swords better is a clear edge. Gone full Exia. Yeah, he's very intimidating looking and very, I don't know, he looks aggressive and well made, but still has like the round edges. Very, very sleek, very high-tech looking. Alright, let's trim these up. This one just had the one. This one also... Ooh, that's gonna be a little bit difficult. Okay. That wasn't actually as bad. Angry Goblin Plus, welcome! You gonna watch Brand New Day? Nice. Nice. I need to watch it soon. I'm trying to avoid spoilers. I've only heard that it's good so far, though. So, that's a plus. I was gonna be... I don't know. They've done such a good job at building up the hype that I was gonna be real disappointed if it didn't live up to it. Trim that little bit off. Trim these little bits off. Get the hay after watching what? Watching what now? Gundam catalog. Oh, imagine having an actual catalog. I just had to like browse Amazon and stuff. You're gonna dress up as Spider Noir? Yo. That is a legendary move. That is cool. I fully support that notion. You definitely should do that. You know, if I had any sort of Spider-Man costume, I probably would wear it whenever I go to see it too. But I don't. I have Mandalorian. That doesn't exactly fit. In the DC Watchmen movie? Wait, is that the one with, what's his name? Dr. Manhattan? Is that Watchmen? Alright, so this goes, flip this around, like this. And then this attaches. Thought there was a mosquito trying to get me. Oh, wait, hold up. Hold up, wait a minute. Something ain't right. I forgot a piece. Has the size of a thick magazine. Catalogs were the coolest. They really were. Getting to actually see the stuff. Okay, there we go. So this goes... Oh, interesting, interesting. Oh, you have to attach the blade on fully first. Maximum Blocky's Astral Rally. It does look a bit like one of the... kind of looks like a Venus suit, but also a bit like the Earth-Moon Union suit. Okay, there's that. That's pretty cool. And then you can fold that. So it just folds that way. That's the idea. So you do this for the sword, and then... So that's sword mode, and then you can fold it like that. Oh, okay, I see the vision here. I see the vision. That's pretty good. That's cool. I like that. Do this again, second time. There we go. So then he can hold... Also, amazing range on the wrists, by the way. Does this go... He doesn't really get a ton of side to side. That's pretty slick. Alright, now we have the railguns. Is this all just E? Oh, wait, there's like shields? They've got shields too? I think it's supposed to only be one shield, but you get the parts to build both. So why not build both? Alright, railgun pieces. These railguns are freaking huge. Also, it looks like I've still got a lot to build, but I really don't. There's just a lot of extra parts. That, an E36. Oh yeah, and there's the beam, like beam saber things. Is it 38? I also need 37 for the shield. Whoops. Oh, this goes for the shield. Shield pile is over here. Go ahead and cut these beam saber hilts out. King Phantasm, thank you for stopping by. And also continuing to suggest Sheik Mainland stuff. Have a great rest of your weekend. We will see you around. Alright, there we go. That's all the parts for one of the railguns. There's the other shield piece. So that's all the parts for the shields. Oh yeah, there's also 2 more. You technically get 4 beam saber hilts. And the way that they tend to get like twisted around, so you're gonna end up probably having some ugly nub marks. I just think it's a bit unavoidable. Hey, All Things Halo, welcome! It's been a good time for you to make content given the Campaign Evolved release. I've seen a lot of very heated debates online about that. I still have yet to get it purely because it's kind of expensive, you know? Granted, it's about the same price as most games, but still. I didn't get early access because I sure did not want to pay the $70. And I will likely buy the normal one here soon, but still. Have you... I'm assuming you've already played a chunk of it. That's my guess. Oh, this is where the ball joint goes. There we go. Ball joint attaches there. And then we're going to go ahead. Where did the... Yeah, there's another. there being only one nub, I sometimes lose it. Japanese book. True. You're personally enjoying it. People can be a little over the top. Yeah, definitely. I am definitely a little disappointed by some of the things they did. Like, for example, the Warthog seat switching. The fact that there's no animation for that and it just kind of pops you from one to the other, that feels a little bad to me. Feels like, couldn't you have done that a little better? Just, you know, just a little. But I'm definitely looking forward to playing CE in a way that doesn't, like, destroy my eyes. Brother, stand up. Also, I find the people hating on that new ODST character, I find that kind of funny. Like, yeah, she's really not the best, most compelling character ever. She's not that well written, but I don't think it's all the stuff people are saying it is. Weird, considering Infinite. Yeah, Infinite had it. Why not just literally copy that? It's odd. Hopefully that just means, I don't know, this one they rushed a little bit and the next one will be more polished, because I don't know, if they keep cutting corners like that, eventually it's just going to look really bad for them. And they're already struggling to convince people. She doesn't break the game, she's fine. I thought, like, based on what I've seen, it's like, yeah, she's just, like, kind of a butthole character. People are like, oh, they put her in specifically to insult the player. I'm like, dude, you're Master Chief. You're playing as Master Chief. You as the player are Chief. He doesn't care about the insults that she's throwing. And you shouldn't either. You're a Chief. I don't know, that's just kind of my my thought process. Oh, we could put it on his back too, if I wanted. I have seen that the actual, like, cutscene animation definitely seems a little stunted in the movements. Not, like, we were spoiled with the blur cutscenes. The blur cutscenes are just such perfection, such cinema, that these ones look a little stiff in comparison. I don't know. My thing is just, like, this is a test bed for them. So, hopefully they listen to feedback. Because if they listen to feedback, you know, we're fine. Like, next game, if they iron out what we're saying here, like, work a little more on the animations for both cutscenes and gameplay. Make sure, you know, make sure it's polished. And then everybody will be, well, I say everyone will be happy. There's a lot of Halo fans that'll never be happy again. You're attempting to stream more so you can voice more of your opinions. I mean, honestly, if you got a good setup for it, it's a good way to do things because you don't have to worry about editing as much. Although, with the Halo fan base the way that it is now, you just got to be prepared for some people to come flying out with some very weird and angry opinions. Mostly good, a little odd or poorly done. I do think that Johnson constantly doing the, like, break the fourth wall thing by, like, looking at the camera, I think that's a little dumb. Because it makes the story feel less serious. Which, that's what they were going for, but I think they should have leaned into the seriousness a little bit. Johnson was always a funny character, but you still need to have some, what's the word I'm looking for, levity? Gotta have some levity. Oh, nice. 144th RX-782 Origin. Gundam the Origin. That has the best one, in my opinion. Railgun. Excellent. Keep some immersion. Yeah. You want some immersion, and Johnson constantly breaking it and, like, talking to you like he's Deadpool is... Well, I say constantly. He does it at a few key moments. And I just think that they need to drop that for the next one. I also heard some people complaining a lot about they were like, oh, it's so hand-holdy now. It tells you where to go, which I gotta say, as somebody who came into playing CE later, there were some points I did not have any clue where to go, and some markers would have been nice. This guy looks paintable. Oh, definitely. Oceans in the morning, but your voice isn't awake. Yeah, that's why I try not to stream too early in the morning. I once filmed a video at like 7 a.m. and that was a mistake. I am happy that even if the game, it's like if I play Campaign Evolved and it's not, I don't like it, I'm still happy it came out because now 1000 Toys is doing, I don't know if it's the 4 or the 5, Mark 4 or 5. It's a little hard to tell in the teaser, but either way, they're doing a Campaign Evolved. Oof, I cut that one a little deep. Blech. They're doing a Campaign Evolved figure, and I'm looking forward to that because I think the design for Chief that they made is beautiful. Turn them off. Yeah, that's why people complaining is weird. Yeah, they're both doing very good. Alora has gotten... She started teething, and that makes things a little stressful sometimes, because that makes her more grumpy. But other than being grumpy, she is absolutely fantastic. Lydia is also doing well. It's hard to complain. It is hard to complain. Mark IV. Oh, you think it's the Mark IV as well? See, I got into an argument with somebody on Reddit who was like, clearly it's not the Mark IV. And I was like, I don't know. Silhouette does look very Mark IV-ish. But I could be wrong. Hood to here. Lord Hood. How are things going with your family? I think a while back, what was it? Your daughter had something that was kind of a problem? Was it like skin something? If I'm remembering correctly? I remember you were like raising some awareness about that particular condition. I'm not remembering what the exact condition was though. They did Mark V already? Teething is hectic. Oh yeah. They did, but they could do the Campaign Evolved specific one. The helmet in the chest. That's what I said! And the shoulders too, but the dude was like, absolutely not. You're just blind. I'm like, okay, whatever. I'll just wait until it gets revealed. Like, there's not much point in arguing about it for a long time. We'll get it revealed eventually. Well, her condition is still going on. Frequent medical reviews. Well, I'll definitely keep you guys in prayers. That's definitely not any medical condition at all, whether it's serious or not. It's stressful to deal with. It's just like a constant weight. Constant weight you're trying to think about and deal with. Neurofibromatosis. Microgene deletion. That's... I understand why that could be bad, given just that classification. That, Is that something that can be slowed down or stopped? Or is that just kind of... It just has to be managed? Cover the book. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I am all for it being a Mark IV. Gimme Mark IV 1000 Toys. Yes, I need the clear piece. I could turn that into a little tiny table. Mostly managed. That makes sense. That makes sense. Well, managed, you know, barring a miracle, because miracles are never out of the question. Alright, we've cleared up some runners. Let's clear up some nubs. Trim that. Trim that. Oh, these are undergated. Let's go. You had... I don't know what that is. Pictus? Pictus? Can't say that's a name that I've heard. Nor is it as explanatory as... Are you typing on a phone? Because I get that. I hate typing on a phone. It's always messing up things. Clean that up. Temu versus AliExpress, which has better deals? It depends on, honestly, the time. Sometimes Temu has some really, really good deals. Other times, AliExpress is better. I will say, in my experience, Temu tends to be a little faster for certain things. And also, if you want, like, Lego stuff, there's a lot of the Lego books with the exclusive minifigures for super cheap. Because I got some... I mean, I did a short about it, but I got, like, 60... It was, like, $60... It would have been $60 or $70, but I got it for, like, 30, 40. Lurking, just getting ready for work. Oh, yeah, it's, what is it? Is it morning for you? I don't... Time zones mess me up. I can't keep track. It's bad enough trying to keep track of, like, time zones in the US and then figuring out where it is all the way across the world. I can't even keep up with what it is in, like, the UK. Okay. Oh, are we good? I think we're good. So, 7 a.m. Interesting. Yeah, here it is 5 in the evening. So, for me, I've been home from work for quite a few hours and been doing grinding away at these videos I can. So I'm probably going to have to do some filming as soon as I finish this. Oh, that's cool. South Africa, and it is 5:02 p.m. Yeah, because, Scotty, you're in the same time zone as I am. 23:01. I'm not good at military time. Oh, there's actually like a little barrel in there. A little laser barrel. And then, is this the same both ways? I think it is. No, maybe not. There we go. Cool, cool. And then this has thrusters on it. Go. Go. There we go. And then this ball joint here goes pop. This looks like its own little ship or something. 1101. Got it. Thank you very much. Can this go all the way? Oh, yeah, there we go. So this is like a let me turn the camera up. This is a, like, thruster pack. Bring this light around. So it's the thruster pack, but then it can tilt up like this, and that blue bit right there is a big laser beam. You don't like the backpack? I don't know, I think it's kind of cool, especially when it's pointed upward like that. The nice thing is, you don't have to have it on there. You don't have to have it on there. Oh yeah, I'm wearing... I just realized, I think this is the second stream that I've worn this watch for. Let me close my knife. Close my nippers. That's too much math in my head. Your parents were in the military. Gotcha. So that's like, that's almost more normal than normal time. Did I do this right? I did. I'm one on each side. So, what I could do if I wanted is I can pop off. It's from Takeo Toys. Oh, golly. This is going to be one of those really hard to remove pegs. No! Oh. Whew. I popped a whole arm off trying to do that. Golly. But yeah, it's like a $60 watch. I actually have a video about it in the works. I was pretty impressed with it for what the money is. Like, I do not recommend removing it that way. probably you should use pliers, padded pliers, but I don't have that on hand at the moment. Oh yeah, I just yoinked the whole thing off. There we go. So you can take this and attach the railgun onto the arm like that if you want, or you can pop that off, pop that out, and have him hold it like this, like more like a launcher. There we go. So he's got like rail launchers now. Very unique, very interesting. I like it. I think this is a good standout from a lot of other kits that are out there. I guess you could remove it and mount it on here too. I don't know, there's a lot of options. There is a lot of options, as usual, for Sheik Mainland. Oh, did I trim these enough? The beam sabers. I don't think there's anywhere for him to store the beam sabers on the suit itself, which is a little sad. 1700, you hear it so much you get used to it. Yeah, I mean, technically speaking, it's actually a bit more intuitive military time, but it's something you have to get used to. All right. Well, there you have it. That is the FRANZ-ALPHA suit. Very interesting, very intimidating looking suit. I'm a big fan. And now I will go ahead and pray us out because I got to go film a video that I can't talk about yet, but I will be able to talk about soon. So, Lord, thank you for, again, allowing us to just come here and enjoy this hobby. Thank you for bringing everyone here. Pray that you would give them all safe and enjoyable weekends. And I also just want to lift up all things Halo and his family to you and pray that you would just walk close to them as they've got this difficult thing to deal with. Give them the strength and the peace to deal with it. Yeah, just thank you for giving us this opportunity once again. Help us not to take it for granted. In Jesus' name, amen. Golly, guys, look at this. This is how warm it's in here. All right. Thank you guys all for stopping by. I know it was a bit of an odd time for a stream compared to my usual streams, but I won't be around tomorrow. So today was when the stream would be fit in. And we're also gonna have more odd timed streams coming this week. We're gonna have one on probably the 3rd, probably the 5th, and probably the 9th, maybe. But we'll see. That might change. But anyway, I gotta go film, so I hope you guys have a great rest of your weekend, and I will see you guys around. Also, I gotta fix that Zaku loose joint before I start filming, so I got a bunch to do. I'll see you guys later.